welcome. Thank you for joining us today. If you would, before we get started, if you could put your name down in the comments, tell us where you're from so we can greet you and say hello. We're really glad you're here watching today. Thank you for joining us. Also, if you'll tag 3 friends, we'll be giving away one of the products that I'll be using today. So make sure to get in the comments and do that really quickly. My name is Sonja Chandler with Socks On A Rooster, and I refinish furniture and decor here in Nashville, Tennessee. So today the video is going to be going over doing a refinishing technique on this large urn that I found. I thought that it already had a great old world look to it, but it just needed a little bit of help with the surface look. I'd like to make it look like it's real stone or concrete. So the technique today, we're going to be using some one-step paint in some stone colors and a few other items that are going to bring this to look like an old world Grecian urn, hopefully. And hopefully you stay with us through all the steps so that you can try this for yourself. So again, if you're just jumping on here, please put your name down in the comments. We want to greet you, and we are grateful that you are watching today. We know you have plenty of other things to keep you busy, so we appreciate you tuning in and watching our tutorials. So thank you, and I'm going to get started on this so I can show you how.
Okay guys, I'm just going to go over a few of the products I'm using here. This is Clean Slate. It's a prep tool to clean your furniture first. I have 2 colors of one-step paint here, one in Bauhaus Buff and one in Serengeti Gray. I've got my glazed over glaze, and then I have some sand. This is just decorator sand here. And then some water. And I have this great stencil from A Maker Studio, which I'm going to put on some of the flat areas of that because I love this border stencil. But first I'm going to start out with putting the clean slate onto this. I had dusted it off, and what you want to do is you want to get some of this clean slate on a rag, and you just want to really clean your piece really well. Despite the fact that I had already wiped this down really well, I got a lot of grime and dirt off of this piece. Now this piece is not wood. When I purchased it, it was listed as wood, but it's actually a resin piece. So clean that really well, get all of the dirt and grime off of it to prepare your surface. And I just put a piece of paper down to cover my workspace. And here I am going to mix up my sand. Now this sand I got just at a hobby store. You can find it usually with the wedding supplies, and I grabbed a white sand, but you can use playground sand from the home improvement store. But when you're mixing this, you're going to pour your Bauhaus Buff into a container, and then you're going to add your sand. Now you want this paint with the sand in it to be paintable. You want to be able to brush it on with a paintbrush. You do not want it to be mortar-like. You do want it to be able to brush on. Now you're going to see me wipe this off a flat area, and I'll tell you why. I am going to stencil on those flat areas, and I do not want the bumpy, grainy texture of the sand or the concrete texture type to be underneath my stencil. I want my self-adhesive stencil to press down well. So I could have done the stenciling first, but it's totally fine. I'm going to go back and add in just the Bauhaus Buff paint and then do my stenciling. But your sand and one-step mix here needs to be paintable. So you just need to make sure there's enough paint in with your sand. I would say 2 parts paint and 1 part sand, but you can mix that and test it. And it is going to be give a little bit of resistance when you're painting here because it is gritty. And so it's not going to obviously be as smooth as when you're just using regular paint. But you do want that to be paintable onto that surface. So if it seems to get thicker, which sometimes as you're putting your paintbrush down in it and it's drawing up the paint portion rather than the sand, sometimes it can get a little thick. So you can put a little bit more paint, a little more one step in there, or you can add just a little bit of water. You don't want to add too much water. I would say add more paint. But again, this is just decorator sand that I got at the hobby store. You can find a little jar container of it. I bought white. It won't really matter what color that you choose because your paint is going to cover that sand pretty, completely. You're not going to have much show through. But if you want to make sure that you keep it consistent, I bought the white sand, and I'm just going over all of the parts here that I'm not going to stencil. And then I'll do the stenciling next. But again, you're just wanting to cover all of this. You can't see on the video that there are some shaded areas that I'll need to go in and add a little bit more. But this is going to be thicker, and immediately you're going to start to see, as you paint on this sand and one-step mixture, just how amazing this finish is. It's very exciting when you start to see that you can transform a piece to look like concrete. Now I'm going in here with just my Bauhaus buff onto those flat ledges or edges where I want to put a little bit of a stencil detail. And if you've ever seen limestone stencils or limestone plaques, tiles, there are a lot of them that have a stenciled design on them. So that's what I'm going to do. Now those areas are flat and they're not gritty with sand. As you can see here, this stenciled limestone picture I've put up here. That's kind of what I want to achieve on the edges here. And I have a lot of options here with this Borders stencil from A-Makers, which I absolutely love and use on many different things. So you can cut these pieces apart, these borders. That's how you're going to use them on whether it be your furniture pieces or your pots for your back porch. And you can test out which ones you want to go on here and just lay them out, see what they look like. And there's lots to choose from. So once you do that, I'm sticking them on here. They're adhering very well to that flat one-step paint. And if I had the sand under there, it would be very gritty. I could still do it. It would still be doable, but it's not going to be as clean of a stencil pattern. So another thing, I'm going to go back in and add in some of the one-step with sand mix over these stenciled parts because I want it all to look consistent. So I'm just going around here and making sure I add in my stencil on these three little ledge areas, and I'm adding my my gel ink there. I did this in a gray. You could do it in any color, but I will say that to recreate this this concrete or this limestone finish, the Bauhaus buff with the Serengeti gray absolutely nails it. It's going to look so much like a concrete or limestone planter that it will amaze you. And you can do this with all kinds of pots. You can cover terracotta pots. You can get the plastic pots that you get at the home improvement store. Take your one step and your sand and paint them. You will be amazed at the finish you're going to get with these. So I'm just finishing up the stenciling here, and I'm not going to want my stencil to look very clean. I want it to look as if it's been outside weathered in the elements. So I'm getting on the last bit of detail here, and when I go over those stenciled areas with the one step and sand mixture, it's going to blur that a little bit so it looks a little bit more time worn. So when everything is dry, you're going to want to go over your entire piece with some sandpaper. You can feel with your hand a lot of the areas are very rough and they'll snag. So you want to smooth those down a little bit. It doesn't take much. Just go around, and then I'm taking my 1 Step and Sand mixture here, and I'm just going to go over my stenciled areas to give it more of the stone texture look. And you'll see some of that stencil come through. I want it to look very faded. I want it to look like it's sun-worn and time-worn from the elements outside. And I'm also going in and touching up any shaded areas that I missed on the rest of the planter. And this 1 Step and Sand mixture covers beautifully. You're going to love to do this. I highly encourage you to get a plastic pot or something that you have and grab some sand at the hobby store or the home improvement store, mix it up in your 1 Step and try it. You'll be amazed at how much this transforms this to look just like stone pottery. So I'm just going in here over all of my little areas, and then when I'm done with this last bit of adding in the texture around the stenciled areas, I'm going to sand it again before I do my glaze. So I'm taking my sandpaper, I've gone over the entire thing again and knocked down all of the rough spots, and then I've dusted all that sanding off. And here I just have my Serengeti gray. It's a really beautiful gray. It's kind of got a taupe look to it. And I'm going to pour that 1 step of Serengeti gray in, 1 part 1 step, and then 1 part glaze. And then I add a little bit of water. You want this to be thinner since it is a glaze. You do not, want it to be as thick as 1 step. But you can play with that mixture. Now, I'm also getting a rag. You don't want to use paper towels because this is a rough surface. But I'm going to brush on this glaze, and then I'm going to take my wet rag and I'm just going to blot that off in areas. And you can't see it on the camera here. You'll see it in the close-up pictures, but as you start to lay down that Serengeti gray glaze over that Bauhaus Buff sand mixture, it looks exactly like stone. It is amazing and it's beautiful. You could use other colors of 1 Step gray, but I think this is the one that mimics the stone look best of all. So you're just going to go over and you will see the contrast. I know you cannot see it here just yet, but the more you go over this, you will see the stone-like texture come through, and it's beautiful. I can't wait to do more of these. You can see here, you could even go in and add some Dust of Ages if you'd like. I did not do that here, but it looks like this limestone, fountain, which is what I was going for. But I can't wait to do more planters and maybe even some limestone tiles, faux limestone tiles. You can see right there, this looks like it is concrete. But I hope you guys give this technique a try. It is nearly foolproof. Just get your sand into your 1 step and mix away, and you will be incredibly pleased with the results of this particular finish. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you have any questions, please put them down into the comments and we will answer them for you. Thanks again. Have a great day.